Alright, ladies and gents, I know it's been a while, but here we are. Here is my complete and honest review of Plants vs Zombies 3. I have not written anything for this video, there's no script or anything, it's just me and my thoughts and what I think of the game. Okay, so, first of all, what's most important to me in a Plants vs Zombies game is the Plants vs Zombies aspect, alright? So what I mean by this is choosing your own plants, setting up a defense, and defending against hordes and hordes of zombies. Now, in Plants vs Zombies 3, you don't have that. It's like the Plants vs Zombies charm, basically. There is none. Like, at least with 2, there was more content and it was redeemable, like, despite having to pay for premium plants. That kind of sucked. It really sucked. But at least you could play the game and didn't have the TikTok attention span, you know. Games lasted more than 30 seconds. That was loads of worlds, you know. There was just a lot more time, I think, put into Plants vs Zombies 1 and 2 than Plants vs Zombies 3 because the levels are so short. There's not much time to prepare. You've got like 3 sunflowers down, and you've got the first zombie coming at you already with no way to defend because whatever reason. And then like you get 4 pea shooters down and the game's over, and you've had to use the cherry bomb ability. Oh my god! Don't even get me started. The cherry bomb ability, and then the chili pepper ability. Oh man, they turn plants into abilities, and it sends shivers down my spine, man. Like PvZ 2 was bad, but I think this is actually worse because it's PvZ, but there's no PvZ. It's just Gardenscapes with mini games. That's what it is. PvZ has turned into Gardenscapes with mini games. All right, this leads me to my second point. Why is it a Gardenscapes clone? It is Plants vs Zombies. Plants versus Zombies, not customize your garden with 3 options every time you want to customize something, alright? It's actually built like a shitty mobile game ad. What is this? I don't think anything has changed since the beta. I mean, there's a live system. Oh my god, there's a live system. You could hear how much pain I was in every time I looked at anything on screen in Plants vs Zombies 3, alright? That video, I was in pain. I was like, pain 1, pain 2, you know what I mean? Like, Plants vs Zombies 3 is awful. Let's just leave it at that. It is just awful. Music. Plants vs Zombies 1 arguably had the best soundtrack of all time. To be fair, Garden Warfare 2's soundtrack is pretty sick. But the PvZ 1 soundtrack, god tier. PvZ 2 soundtrack, there were more than 3 songs. You know, I'm seeing a running theme with the theme of 3. Plants vs Zombies 3 options for Gardenscapes, and 3 fucking songs. There's one soundtrack, quote unquote, for when you're loading into a game. There's one for whilst you're customising your garden and talking to that god-awful ginger little brat. Or Crazy Dave's niece. Oh, I'm so happy that I'm talking to Patrice. What a creative name. Alright. And then there's the that's 2. What's the third one? Oh yeah, the shitty version of Grasswalk that isn't really Grasswalk. It's just there. I mean, it's the only thing you could hear over me anyway because I fucked up my audio. But yeah, that was really sad. You know, there were 3 soundtracks throughout the entire game, and I've played more of the game on my phone, by the way. Like, it's not like I just stopped at the levels I did. I'm up to like around level 50 now, and I've seen a total of 5 new plants. I swear you got a plant after every level in PvZ 1, and in PvZ 2 you got a plant every couple of levels. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, it's just sad. You know, you see a game go so far, and then, you know, it doesn't. So that's that. That's my take on Plants vs Zombies 3. It's, as one would put it, a steaming hot pile of dog shit. And that is all she wrote. Now I'm gonna hand it over to my mate Simon, who has some words to say about Plants vs fucking Zombies. If it's even called that.
What a load of oh shit!
Hey guys, I'm Simon. I also go by Dark Blue Moon. I post music on the internet, and today I had the dire misfortune of playing Plants vs Zombies 3. It made me incredibly upset. So boot up the game. It's pretty normal. You go to this home screen, and then there's this ginger who talks to you, and well, already marking the game down because fuck gingers. You get into a game, right? You know, and you find out that, damn, this is painfully short, and you don't really get much of a choice of plants. I'm not sure whether there's going to be more plants added later down the line, but I would like a little bit more choice. Soundtrack, not too bad. Very sparse. There's only like 3 tracks in the game. Seeming sort of like some kind of cruel mockery of the original soundtrack. With similar MIDI instruments, but you know, that doesn't really matter. The soundtrack isn't what makes a game, even though it is important. The gameplay itself, your usual tower defense, Plants vs Zombies game. Art style actually looks alright. Looks quite nice. A little bit oversaturated on the colours though. The animations are cool, but I don't know, I just feel like it's a game that doesn't have to exist. You know, like you have no like fundamental difference from like the other few. Like, so take Plants vs Zombies 1, right? You've got different worlds and that. Plants vs, well, not different worlds, but different parts of the house. Plants vs Zombies 2, it's all about time, isn't it, right? That's a cool gimmick. Makes it feel different to the first. But Plants vs Zombies 3, I'm pretty sure you just stay in the backyard. Again, that's subject to change. I'm only giving my review based off of what is playable on early access. Overall, found it boring, painfully shit. Have a good day. Check out my music. Bye now.